Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the CP Ballers League. It is my distinguished honor to have CJ. So, CJ, thank you. Welcome to the show. You are one of our founding fathers. You are a league champion. You are, on some people would say, on somewhat of a hot streak, given your standards. But honestly, it's an honor to have you on here, replacing Keith today. Uh, Anything you'd like to tell the crowd about yourself, and give yourself a little brief introduction.
Thanks for having me. I regret to inform you that I do not believe I've ever won fantasy football, despite doing this for like 15 years.
Oh,
Um,
look at that reaction. We got him on camera to admit it. Hilarious. Unintended joke.
um, yeah, I've been in the league for a long time, though. I do have league manager privileges, so that's pretty cool.
Sorry for
Clearly
that.
not abusing them.
I thought Keith was the doormat. I did not realize that you had not won one. You have been a pretty steady performer for a while. But okay, let's get on. That's a rough start. Sorry, I did not mean to hang you out to dry there. First, what I'd like to do today is talk about the agenda. What we're going to start with is the standings to date. We're on week 3, about to wrap it up with Monday Night Football. Then we've had a flurry of trades. I want to hear you who is the winner on each trade. You can't say a tie. You can say they both got better, but I want to have from you winner and losers on these trades as week 3. And then we talked about Monday Football here, but final words on the week, Monday Night Football predictions, and we're going to wrap it up. We got 21 minutes to get this show in. We'll be finishing at the top of the hour. So are you ready to go and we'll jump in it?
Ready?
All right. So I got here on screen. Come on over. We'll go to the standings. Um, let's say the first things first before I pass it to you. I am aware that I am at the bottom. I am at least have company. Misery is company. I got 2 guys with me. New guy, not a surprise. Munger, somewhat a surprise, but if you look at his team, it's pretty terrible. Top, we got old school coming off a title. We've got JP performing good in the regular season. That's new words. Doesn't perform well in the postseason. Over to you. What are your thoughts on the standings so far?
Well, I'd say first off, that these standings only tell half the story because our league has the rule that top 5 finishes get you additional wins. So this quite literally tells only half of the win loss records. It doesn't actually change that much because pretty much the people who have been finishing in the top 5 have been winning most of their games. Even if you add in the top 5 finishes, John, Ryan, and Munger are all still over, um, which is pretty impressive. I liked Munger's team a lot out of the draft, and so did the computers. And I'm a little surprised his team stinks so bad, although he's certainly played a hand in getting them to that, um, uh,
I think that's
bottom
fair.
of the.
We'll get to him about when we talk about trading. What about top of the standings when you're at the anything here? Any flukes? Here, let me sort by points for because this is again like you said, our league does do. If you're in the top half of the standings, you get a win. In the bottom half of the standings, you would get a loss. I can confirm there is a trend there. I am 0-4, but this week I think I'm going to win both. So here we go. Points for standings. Old school at the top. Phone home again. I guess Brett's the only one breaking the trend. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it tracked pretty close. I mean, obviously the head-to-heads and the week to week, they're both based on points, so it makes sense that at this point the points where it holds pretty steady. Um, I think that's pretty close to a power ranking of the teams. I like JP's team a lot, but he's only in third, so I'd say that's about right.
Take a look at JP's team for those at home. He's got a nice stack with Philly, ETN, my boy out of Go Tigers. Killing it with the bench, the handcuffs. I mean, crushing it. Charbonnet, Mason, looking good.
Yeah,
Bench, suspect.
it makes a big difference for the team.
Yeah. Talking along those lines, let's check out this week's scoreboard. So we're looking at a win-loss. I'm projected to break that Schneid admitted it is against the Munger minor speed bump in life. Let's see with you. Looks like you will be taking the L, perhaps. Yeah, you are definitely taking the L, and you're taking the L in the bottom half, the 50%.
Yeah,
One, two. It's
yeah,
confirmed. Double L. It's
yeah. I
tough.
think the line is Uh, John, I think John's going to be the fifth highest score.
John, clocking in for everyone
Oh,
here.
Keith.
Is it Keith? Keith, the Keith bye week. Yeah, he's got to wake up. He's got some work to
The
do.
winner of that. Yeah.
The winner of this one. So that's almost like a double win, double loss. So I know that Matt was trying to log in. Let's give him a shout out. Always our biggest fan. Matt, this is a big one for you. You're live right now going through it against Keith. All right. Any
Yep.
last.
A lot of injury on that team.
Yeah, there is. Any last words on standings to dates performance through 3 weeks you'd like to make before we hop into agenda two, which is winners and losers of trades?
No.
All right, let's pop into it then. So we got here, um, and before I hop into it, I got you both of us full screen. Trades is a staple of our league, right? We've had long time. People are not afraid to make trades. There's some people notorious for literally trading their whole team. Had never happened before until this year. A little walk down memory road here, CJ. As I've got everyone back on full screen. The whole Keith and Brett full trade of roster, drafting from each other's logins so we wouldn't be skewed about Keith's bad picks. Uh, what'd you think of that move? There's no winner and loser of this one, but what'd you think of that move?
Um, I think it was a cheap stunt, motivated by a persecution complex, and I feel bad for Keith. I wish he had more confidence in his picks instead of needing others to applaud him.
Ah, interesting. So you think it was like a headline grabber? Nothing
Yeah,
tactical, purely
yeah. I mean,
off-season publicity move. Sounds like the Jets.
yep. Keith's team that he did draft still stinks, and there's no surprise.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Uh, I will let you introduce this next trade for those at home. You and me, day of trade. I'd like to hear your rendition. This was trade two.
Yes. So this was a during the draft trade. This is basically the consequence of an auto pick. The auto pick being Drake London. Um, from what I understand, you're not a much of a fan of Drake London and want to move off him, and but you did have some players you wanted. So we orchestrated a trade where I would try to get some guys that you wanted, and we'd flip them. Brock Purdy and and Jaden Reed were just throw-ins. And so I got you your three guys. I got the guy I wanted. And so far, I think that's favoring me.
Yeah, I mean, I needed a tight end. There's Kincaid and Pitts on the board. I had no money left. I had a very top-heavy team, knowing that depth is important. If you guys saw our league rosters earlier, we do triple flex. So there is some definitely rewarding of the depth, half-point PPR. Uh, yeah, I thought Terry McLaurin was going to be great. Turns out Jaden Daniels can't throw the ball, despite Keith thinking that's a good pick. It's still not. And that bet is still offered you, Keith. I bet Jaden Daniels will not finish in the top 10 in fantasy points this year, and I would make it more interesting with how much he's going to pass. But moving on from that, Najee Harris. I mean, he's turned in. He's somewhat of a bell cow. The offense not very explosive, but Najee. I mean, he's definitely flex worthy. Is what I was looking for. I needed a tight end with upside. That's what Kylo Pitts has been, but again, missing the upside. But at least he's doing something. And Terry McLaurin has been the disappointment on this one. I mean, he's been pretty bad. I don't know what he's done today. So, all right.
Yeah,
You think the winner here?
I think I'm the winner here. I feel like Terry was kind of the headline on the other side, and he's been so bad that I don't. I think
Yeah.
Drake London is the best player in this trade, and I think I got him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all three of your guys that I got traded are starting for me. So, I'm going to hold judgment, but it has been good for me, I think, although London's gotten better. But yeah. All right. We'll get to more trades from me, and it'll be interesting. What is this? This was another one of the full roster trades. Okay, let's skip
I
that
think
one.
you just confirmed. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say Brett won that trade.
The one we're getting to right now. Oh, with Keith?
The one where he traded his whole roster. Uh, Yeah, Brett won that trade.
Okay. All right.
Screw you, Keith.
So one CJ, one Brett. That's an L for me and an L for Keith. All right, another one. So Brett and Ryan are on the chopping block here. Brett came at me. He wanted Marvin Harrison Jr. We made this trade after week one when Marvin Harrison played horrible. I wanted, again, some more depth. He was giving me Ayuk, and he wanted one of my two good running backs, Henry or Jacobs. I was like, kick rocks. And so he offered Aaron Jones. I think Ayuk's going to get better. He looked horrible. I like that offense. I had Ayuk last year, and he was fantastic, so maybe I got some homer bias. Again, I need depth. Aaron Jones, I've got Ty Chandler cutoff, so that's pretty appealing. But again, he gets Marvin Harrison Jr. buying low, I would say. Thoughts on that, CJ, so far? Knowing that Marvin Harrison went off the next week.
I liked the trade for you when you made it.
Today, though, I want you to judge them based upon today's information.
Yeah, today I'd rather have the Marvin Harrison, Bucky Irving side. That Cardinals offense looked much better than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Harrison, after that dud week one, has looked really good since. Kyler likes throwing him, it seems. And then I think there's a lot of whispers out of Tampa Bay that Rachaad White's fallen out of favor, and Bucky Irving is getting more and more play there. So, Bucky Irving's a lottery ticket that may cash. If that cashes, this is an easy win for phone home.
Don't like that, but fair enough. Okay, next trade. This one I'd like you to judge based upon the time, and then we'll talk about it now. But DeAndre Swift and Lamar Jackson goes for CMC 24 hours before the CMC injury goes on IR, and potentially could be longer. Thoughts of it when the trade went down? And again, old school, pretty deep team. Munger's team pretty top heavy.
Yeah, in the time the trade happened, we knew he was injured. We knew what the mechanism or the type of injury. We knew it was Achilles. We knew that he was out for a while. Him going on IR didn't really change my opinion of it. Christian McCaffrey was the best fantasy player last year and probably the most valuable going into this year. And he got traded for old school's backup quarterback and a bench running back. It looked like a terrible trade at the time.
Yeah. Now?
Like, veto worthy, so bad.
You think well, harsh. Lamar Jackson's sweet. I mean, he's a great running back. I understand the value our dad got, actually. But old school. So today, would you still do the deal if you were old school today?
I don't know. I mean, so he has Josh Allen, and you don't really need both of those to offload a good quarterback for a good other piece is nice luxury to be able to have. I saw today that Christian McCaffrey is in Germany looking into like other treatments for his Achilles. That's scary.
Good. That's not good.
Anytime you're having to travel to Europe for experimental treatments, things don't look good. I still think this raises the ceiling of Dad's team, and if his goal is, the playoffs, I don't think he needs McCaffrey to make the playoffs. But if McCaffrey comes back, he's easily the team to beat. So I think it's still a win for Dad.
He's going on. I mean, do you see this matchup right now on the screen? You got 132 to 123. I mean, Josh Allen 23 points in the first half, massive. But yeah, if Jacksonville doesn't have a pulse, it could come back. Yeah, that's a top head. That's a top heavy matchup right there. It's gonna be a tough one for JP. I'm not weird. All right,
yeah, they're two good teams.
All right, so let's put a bow on that one. Who wins the deal as of right now?
Pat.
You still think old school is better?
Yeah.
No, old school wins the deal even with the McCaffrey uncertainty?
Yeah, I think he's back. Week 6, week 8. Even if he doesn't come back, he's still going to start Josh Allen almost every week. It's still a great trade for him.
Yeah, it's still a classic upside deal. All right, last one. Before we get into our final summary about Monday Night Football predictions, a little preview we just had there between two heavyweights. Last one is between Ridley Moore Dobbins for Tyreek Hill. And I'm going to show the roster of ET who's one who's consolidating what he's got going on. What did you think of the deal?
Um, I think the best play in the deal is Tyreek Hill, and that's the side I would rather be on. Uh, he really has had a pretty bad couple of weeks and no longer has a quarterback. So that's scary. And then there was someone on the other side of the deal I liked. Oh, I mean, J.K. Dobbins has looked like one of the best running backs in football this year. I don't trust him to stay healthy either. Um, I think I'd rather be on the Tyreek Hill side. I think they'll scheme up ways to get him the ball, make him go get a quarterback. But this one's pretty close. I think I'd still rather. I'll just give me the best player.
Okay. All right. Look at his squad he's got going here. He's got CD, Tyreek. I mean, Marvin Harrison, but AJ Brown, fleet of wide receivers, and then just hoping, I guess, to catch a running back, lightning in the bottle. I mean, his running backs stink.
Yeah, that's tough. Starting Cam Akers is disgusting.
Yeah. Okay.
He probably,
Well, I appreciate your thoughts there. That'll be interesting to see how those takes age. We are recording this and we'll be uploading it, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Monday Night Football right now. Are you watching the games? You got them on?
yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
What is the status right now? And we're about to do spoilers alert for anyone watching and recording the games. Probably old school. Probably the only one. Yeah. So in three, two, one, I'm gonna pass it to you, and then give me a status of where we're at in the games, how much time's left in score, and then we'll go through the fantasy implications.
So the Bills are whooping up on the Jaguars. There's 41 seconds to go in the first half, and it's 27-3. Pick six for the Bills and a couple other nice passing touchdowns. James Cook also got the first touchdown. So basically, everybody's eating there. Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, James Cook, defense. Josh Allen obviously putting up monster numbers. Jaguars stink. They're 0-2. I think I saw a stat that Trevor Lawrence is 0 for his last 7 games. He's lost 7 straight as a starter. Jaguars stay jagging off. The other game, we're just into the second quarter, 11 minutes to go. It's 7-7. Have not seen that much of it. All I know is I hope Zeke Moss scores touchdown, and actually there goes Austin Eckler to put Washington up. Jaden Daniels looks like he's maturing into a very nice handoff quarterback, so good for him.
Yeah, he's not good. Okay, thank you for the recap. Matt, thank you for the feedback. I hear you on the chat. We love seeing the interactions. All right, so I'm going to go back to the screen. What we got going on here, we'll put a nice little wrap up on the week. Predictions, we'll go through each one of these, who's going to win this week, and then the projected cutoff line for top 50%, bottom 50% for that W win-loss. So right up here, battle of the bottom, I'm going to take out Munger. This one's already been decided. I'm also projected for the highest win total this week, scoring total, which feels weird, but I like it. Bailed out by the Fighting Derrick Henrys. Over to your matchup. So same thing. This one's been decided. Thoughts on what went wrong?
Mark Andrews is a bum. He's been a bum all year. If I started Dallas Goedert, this might have ended differently. CJ Stroud had a tough week, but he's awesome, so no regrets there. Ramondre Stevenson had the unfortunate luck of up against the Jets. I mean, what are you going to do? The Jets are a wagon.
All right.
But we still better than Stafford's.
Who's starting next week at tight end?
I gotta look at the matches, but probably Goddard.
Woo! $20 player. Okay. We will do old school next. This is the bottom of the top. I mean, the battle of the top of the standings. Right now, it looks like old school on the back of Josh Allen. We hinted on this earlier. You think that's the way this wraps up? Etienne and Chase versus Josh Allen.
Yes.
Yep. Up
Um,
11. Wait, Josh Allen just threw another one.
the the game flow the game flow supports Jamar Chase. I mean, well, yeah, because Cincinnati's down, so and then Josh Allen, probably take the ball out of the air of the ball a little bit, and Travis Etienne, they're probably going to need to be throwing. So Jamar Chase is the only one who the game script is favoring, but I'll take the 11-point lead. I'll take that.
All right. All right, moving on to the next one. The Fighting Bijans, who I have lost to already this season, versus Brett. Looks like we've got this is gross. It's a bottom of the barrel type of matchup right now. Kincaid trying to save Matt and keep this week alive. Who you like going forward? Kincaid game strip.
I don't like either of these teams going forward.
Just this game, just this week. You think Brett can come back? Kincaid not getting game flow.
This is why we have the top 50 per score, top lower 50, because both Dad and JP deserve a win, and both these teams deserve a loss, and they're both going to get what's coming to them. I'll take. I'll take Dalton Kincaid. I think Brian Robinson's whatever, and then Brenton Strange is not particularly good.
I think I'm taking Brett on that one. I think Brenton Strange is going to get some cheap ass yards. That's might be a tough pill to swallow. I am rooting for Matt because you're watching and you deserve to get a dub for that. And also, I'm mad at Brett for texting me.
So Matt got married this weekend. Congratulations, Matt, on the wedding.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. And he told me he's on his honeymoon right now, tuning in to our show. So I mean, can he get better quality content than us on the honeymoon, baby? So we love to see. Yeah. Also, I would like to say Brett texts me pretty much every time. I mean, it's only happened a couple of times, but when Marvin Harrison scores, he just texts me. So that's not nice. He also was thinking about making a deal today. Making a deal before he went with Munger. I like that Brett makes deals. All right, last one. We got 1 minute here for the top of the hour. Over here, we got the Keith bye week versus the new guy, John Alexander. Does Keith pull it out? Actually, yeah, does Keith pull it out? Jaden Daniels, him not making so funny.
You got to be hoping he doesn't, because on the back of Jaden Daniels, he fails.
Oh, I mean, I already told you. He's not good. He's literally not good. And our waivers got good, talented players. So Keith deserves to lose starting Jaden Daniels, and he's stubborn as hell about it.
I'm not joining you on that hill to die on. Keith's team stinks out, though.
Yeah, you got James Cook. That's good game flow. Higgins a little aggressive starting. He isn't probably not going to play that many snaps. Although he's
Cook and Monroe St. Brown are good. Everyone else is a bum.
Look at his bench. Roan, Chuba. That's a tough pill to swallow. Benching. All right. Couldn't happen to a better guy. So, here, who you taking? You taking Keith, or you think John can hold him off?
No, I'll take Keith. I think James Keith does it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. All right. Got us both full center circle here. Final words from you. Thoughts on this week and status going forward.
I think it's been a really fun season so far, and it's been a weird year with, I feel like there's been a lot of bad offense. Tight ends have been really bad. It's been hard to predict who's going to be good from week to week, but that's the fun of it. So, go Jets, go Texans, and we'll see how it goes with the fantasy football.
Okay, well said. Again, thank you, CJ. Thank you for joining the stream. Have you back on. I think next time, a couple in future, we're going to have a couple more folks as well. We get like 3 or 4 people on screen. A little mosaic action could be fun. Until next week, stay healthy out there. Everyone, good luck on the waiver wire, and bye.